Backstage in Hamburg, today with Inglorious. Let's go talk to Nathan. Can we start? Thanks. Welcome to Hamburg, man. Welcome back. Good to have you.
Good to be back.
You had a crazy week.
Yes, unbelievably crazy.
I mean,
we did 2 of the biggest rock festivals in Europe.
Yeah.
Then 2 German shows. This is our 3rd one tonight. So.
And in between, right?
Yeah.
First,
we did 4 in a row.
Hellfest, and then.
Yeah. Which was
Cologne.
A 12-hour drive from London to Clisson, and then a 12-hour drive from France to Cologne or something.
Cologne. Yeah.
It was long. So yeah, we've had a busy couple of days. So.
You doing everything by car, by van?
Yeah.
Who's driving?
This man Steve, who sells the merchandise.
Yeah. Okay.
This is perfect positioning for the camera, by the way. Looking right at the CD. Well done.
No, we did this. I did West Borland here, and he was actually driving the van himself for a while.
He was driving the van himself?
Yeah. Not on that tour, but in the past.
Wow.
But so you opened that day on Hellfest at like 10:30, and
yeah.
the place was packed. How's that?
Huge.
It looked amazing.
Yeah, I didn't think there would be anyone there. Because you never know, like that early in the morning. I haven't usually had a coffee by then, let alone go to see a band, you know. So
right.
It was unbelievable, great feeling. But it's been like that everywhere. Same was at the Grass Pop Festival. We were on 11:15, and the tent was full. It was absolutely full. It's really good.
And is there a difference between going on stage each night at like 9 o'clock and then having days where you go on at 9 and then you go on the next day at 10? How's that? Like, are you sober by then?
Kills your voice. No, you're not really sober.
You don't,
this whole process has been. We want to enjoy it, right?
Right.
We're only in our 20s for so long, so we want to get drunk and party. And the last time we were with you, we were on tour with Steel Panther.
Right.
So we learned from the best, you know.
And you met them and ended their daisies.
Yeah, I saw those guys. That was nice.
So how is that camaraderie? You're now on the 2nd album, but you've been touring the first one a little bit. So are you already like there and everybody says hi, or is that still?
Yeah. Yeah. It's really amazing, and even John Corabi came up to me at Hellfest and said, "I've never had a #1 album anywhere." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I've never had a #1 album my whole life. We had a #1 rock album in the UK, so that was pretty cool."
Who did you call?
Everyone. I told everyone.
I guess your mom must be proud.
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Right.
It's crazy.
So you're touring the 2nd album.
Yeah.
Titled Inglorious 2.
Yeah.
How was recording that?
Quick. Really quick, really easy. As I know, when you spoke to Ade the last time, we track live, so
yeah,
it's quick.
Well, last time I talked to Ade, he said to me, "It's done," and he said it's being mixed by, and I can't tell you whom. And now we know it's Kevin Shirley, and it sounds amazing.
He is the best.
It's really, I have to say. I mean, I listen to music a lot, but it's really, you hear every instrument, and you hear also kind of like for the bass drum, you can almost see the floor it stands on, because you feel that. Like really,
he is fantastic, and I'm so happy that we got him to do this album, because he's made it. I think he's taken us to the next level, you know.
Now this part I don't know as well, but how much does it? How big is the role of the engineer? Who did the recording?
He was amazing. A guy called Tony Draper, who was the in-house guy at the studio that we used, Park Street.
Where is it?
In Liverpool, which is a cool city. And he engineered Paul McCartney in that studio, so he's a wonderful engineer, and he also plays keys on the album.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool to have as well.
Yeah. Now, both albums you kind of wrote without one member of the tour coming.
Oh yeah.
Right? You wrote Inglorious 1
That's true.
without Eddie, and now the
Glorious 2 without Drew.
yeah. So is that going to be a trend, or how is it to record without?
Who's getting fired next? Is that what you just said?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I think you enjoy the lineup that's there, and I don't want to pry, but you wrote with another member, and so does it come up in
Didn't
in
really
performing?
write.
Okay, but recorded.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even then, that's the reason he's not here. It's because he wasn't involved in those sessions, and he was kind of removed for whatever reason. So no, we are very happy now.
Okay.
And you're going to see tonight, Drew is an unbelievable guitar player.
And you played with him before?
Yeah, I've known Drew the longest out of anyone.
Okay.
I've known Drew for 5 years.
Okay.
He was the original guitarist.
All right. I think it's a very like in today's world where you have singles, or to be commercially successful you push singles. You released a very balanced album. Not only, I don't think there's like a track that stands out in a bad way, but also you chose, for example, to put High Class Woman in the end. It's like in the old days, you know. It's is that? I mean, we know that you come from classic British rock, but was that just how you felt it, or was that a choice, or?
I think it's because our fans are like our age and older.
In their 20s.
Yeah. But they're not young, you know? So they're people that tend to appreciate an album. And I think that's important. I think when you're people that are in their 40s and their 50s and even their 60s that come to these shows, they've listened to the best albums of all time the first time round, you know? Not like me discovering Zeppelin 4 when I was 16. You know, they discovered it then.
When it came out.
Yeah. So you want to kind of, these people know what they're talking about. They know what a good album is, not just good singles, and that's what we're about. And that's the reason we record it like we do as well, you know.
Right. Okay. And so you tracked every song live,
apart from the vocal and the keys.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I think is pretty cool, and a couple of the solos, but it sounds. There's something really magical about looking at each other.
Yeah. I think so too. I mean, nothing sticks out, but you know that maybe you could have played one part better as a single thing, but as the vibe comes off, it's better that way. Yeah.
And it's different for Ade, because Ade comes from a world where, well, he's from Sweden, everything's overproduced, so he comes from a world where he spends 2 days on a guitar solo, whereas in our band you don't have that. And also we're good musicians, good players. Why are you going to spend all that time and all that money making an album that you're not going to make all that time and money back, you know? So, just make the friggin' album, make it good, and then make sure you can do it live, and that's what we do.
Yeah. You're from Berkshire?
Berkshire. Yeah, where the Queen's from.
Okay. Who do you listen to when you grow up?
The first singer I discovered was Glenn Hughes.
Okay. That's not bad.
No. I was maybe 14. And I heard him sing and I thought it was Stevie Wonder.
Did you already know that you could sing back then?
Yeah, but not rock and roll. It was very pure. I was like a choir boy, so chorister.
But did you get training in that way also?
Yeah. Lots of, I've had singing lessons since I was 11, 12. Yeah, Glenn Hughes was the first one. And now we have Glenn Hughes' keyboard player on tour with us, which is pretty cool.
That's nice.
I borrowed him. Hope Glenn doesn't mind.
Well, I think that's a perfect segue, because he also shouted out a couple of times on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to you about social media and...
Because I'm a whore. I'm a social media whore. You can say it.
Your words. No,
How do you say it in German? Hure.
Hure? Yeah.
See?
I was, I love how involved you are with the fans. And last time I profited from that. But so, for example, when the video got released and you like really, is it you doing everything yourself, or is the label involved?
It's the band, but mostly me.
Yeah.
95% of the posting is me.
I mean, the success proves you right. Getting to people to pre-order and having you chart at number one.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna remember that there were 5 tweets in a row saying pre-order the album. Yeah, but so
exactly.
Do you did that come naturally to you, or do you have somebody like a niece or a cousin who take
No, I think being on, obviously I was on reality TV like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Having to learn that quickly about it. When I was refreshing my Twitter when I was on TV, and there was 1,000 tweets every time I refreshed. 1,000 tweets.
Right.
So like you learn to spot the people that are good people in the tweets. You know, I remember all the people I tweet. If there's someone from a show tonight that has tweeted me, I will remember their Twitter name, whatever stupid name it is. I will remember it, and I think that's important. These people make us not loads of money, but they make us live our dreams. You know, so any small bit of interaction or a video or a hello or makes. The way I look at it is when Glenn Hughes or David Coverdale tweets me, I'm happy. Maybe to someone they're Glenn Hughes or they're David Coverdale.
Sure.
So I will tweet them and I'll make them happy, you know?
It's a very it's a reward system in a way.
Yeah,
sure.
It's fun. How it doesn't cost any money.
Right. Yeah. And were you already on Twitter before you got on TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would hate to see what it says though. Fuck me.
I have
30,000 tweets or something, so there's some nonsense.
I have this app that tells me every day what I tweeted like 9 years ago. I don't want to see that.
No.
But your relationship with the fans, you know, it's one thing I've noticed while interviewing, let's say, successful musicians. Everybody who made it, and let's assume you made it. I don't know if it's enough to live off, you know, but everybody is really. I haven't met somebody who has his nose high in the air, and everybody is about the fans.
Yeah.
So it's so different from musicians that I listened to interview when I grew up, because back then it was all, you know,
No
with the
social
clothes.
media, yeah.
It was the clothes and the car, and everybody is like this. And is that something that you think was always there, or is that something that just is brought out because people like me get to talk to people like you?
I just think the whole thing has changed to. It's an easy way of reaching people, and you have a captive audience like that have chosen to follow you, and I think it's unfair to ignore them. You know, I think it's unfair to not speak to them.
Right.
They deserve. They make all this possible. Like
Right.
you have to remember that every day. So,
Okay.
especially when it's hard. Like today, we are on our 5th show in 6 days, and I'm really ill. Like I'm not well. And tomorrow we're playing a show at 2 p.m. in Denmark. So it's a tough schedule, you know.
Yeah.
But as soon as I get out on stage, you forget all about it, and you have to just man up.
Okay. All right, then final question, because I know you have another one.
I'm not doing that. I'm just doing this one because I like you. You're my favourite.
Thanks so much.
I know. I don't know whether the guy is. He's going to be really angry, but
Okay.
make it a good question.
Okay. Well, then I have to rethink, because I was going to ask you about, you know, the not only the interaction with the fans has changed, but also the business model being a musician. All right, you sell a couple of CDs maybe if you're lucky, and then you make money at the shows hopefully, and that also means that the schedule has to be harder, because especially when you're a young band you have to tour more. But what I always like to ask is what you think of streaming and that whole thing.
I think it's shit. I think it's really shit. I got paid 43 pence, 43 cents from Spotify for 1 million streams of Until I Die. 43 pence.
Right.
I can't even buy a fucking beer with that. 1 million streams. So I get that maybe it's introduced some people to our band. It appears in a playlist or something, or it gets a suggestion. I get that. That's really cool. But if people aren't willing to buy music, then I don't think they're particularly willing to buy a concert ticket.
Okay.
They're not music fans.
Right.
Streamers aren't music fans.
Okay, so you need, see, now I got the final question, because you have to place one more thing for the Facebook fans, whom I asked what questions to ask, and there was a tour America. When are you coming to America? And there might be some news that you already put out, but maybe you can talk a little bit more about it.
We're in talks at the minute.
Okay.
To a festival. We just got an agent there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully it will be really soon. I like touring America. It's good fun. But Germany is more fun.
Of course.
Your beer's better. Considerably better.
That's true. All right, I'll let you go. Thanks so much for your time.
Lovely seeing you, man.
Yeah.